Hello, Slam Jammers. We are back for Season 2 of the PPA MLP. We're so happy to be back after a short, hot off-season. The draft has been and gone, and my, oh my, there were plenty of new players picked. Some unlucky ones that were a part of it last season that missed out, but we are so excited, so excited to see what happens on the 30th of August when we kick things off on the Gold Coast. Joining me today, just me and him, it's Coach K.
Yeah, baby. Can't wait to start season 2. And guess what? It's in our hometown, the Gold Coast. It is going to be a cracker of an event, and can't wait to dive into these new faces that you've spoken about, and obviously talk about a few of the heartbreaks that didn't get chosen in season 2. But I can't wait to start up. These teams are well evenly matched. It is really a free-for-all. Who's going to win? I think we both have our kind of forecast of who we think is going to perform the best, but I can't wait to just dive into round 1 in the Gold Coast.
Mate, love it. There's so many more knowns in this season than unknowns. So in terms of the captains picking their teams, they had way more information, I feel, not only on the players that obviously they got to play with and against, but also we had a plethora of new nominations on that draft sheet. Damn, it was a hot draft sheet. When we looked at our friend Vishal Masand, who we love, we rate him so bloody
Brown
highly.
Daddy.
I think he was like, his duper was like the 25th best on the male list. And I was thinking, geez, is Vish going to get picked here? But having said that, a lot of those players were internationals. And as we know, you could only pick one international player per team, sort of thing. So
should we give a quick shout out to the number 1 pick of that draft?
The number 1 pick was featured as a guest on Slam Jam, the podcast. Like, we unearth talent. That's all we do here.
Mm-hmm. She still doesn't want to play with us, though, in Currumbin.
No, how awkward was that, actually? Should we bring that up?
Yeah. We started a group chat.
Yes, because Ty is obviously over in Bali at the moment, so we needed another 4th.
Yep.
And we found out that Danny lives in Currumbin, not Beenleigh, not Logan area.
Mm-hmm. She's local. She's about 5 minutes from the courts. And we offered to pick her up. And anyway, what did she say to us? Oh, 5 a.m.'s a bit too early for me. That's some teenage vibe, isn't it? I was going to say.
She's such a teenage dirtbag.
So we got left on red, but that's all right. Yeah. We are happy that she got chosen.
I'd like to think it's got nothing to do with our ability.
No, not at all.
Yeah, but part of me kind of thinks that maybe it has.
Well, Vish was in the group too, so I thought maybe we have, Vish and her, 2 pros,
yes.
And then obviously they're going to be competing against us. We call ourselves
professional intermediate.
Yes, thank you. But anyways,
or intermediate professional.
Yeah,
we need a shirt, man. That's a good shirt. We do have to come up with a shirt for the Gold Coast. We need to come up with a shirt for the Gold Coast. We need to get on Fiverr again.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it.
Yeah,
yeah.
Because this one I'm wearing right now, it's a great shirt.
Yeah.
I got a lot of comments when I was overseas.
Way better in the black than it is in the white.
Yeah, you stuffed up there.
I did stuff up. But I was trying to give our fans like an idea of what it would be like in white, and I regret it. It's only good in black.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, back to the draft. Before we get on to the Gold Coast, I guess, let's talk about a few new faces, like fuck you.
Fuck. What the fuck?
What the fuck? P-H-U-C, by the way, for our listeners.
It could be pronounced Puck.
It probably is Puck, but we'll have to determine that leading up to the Gold Coast.
Did you know that he is actually a priest?
No, I did not.
He's a holy fuck.
You've been waiting to tee that one up. A few other notable mentions in round 1. We got Kyle Yates from Florida. He's
huge reputation. Huge.
Apparently, yeah. What do you know about him?
I'm not sure what we're going to see on the court. Obviously, very well-known player. Extremely well established, 7-time US Open champion.
Wow.
Feisty. Hearing feisty. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to seeing the man in front of my eyeballs. What are we going to get? Are we going to get a guy that embraces this and is friendly, or is he going to be hyper competitive and piss people off. Who knows?
Maybe throwing some paddles.
Maybe throwing some paddles.
A little hothead action. Well, hopefully he brings those championship medals to his team. And I'm just going through this list as we speak. We have the notable Vish. We have Aman. We have Joey.
Welcome back.
Yes. I guess I'll mispronounce it, but Ti Ching Wei. She's new. She's got picked up by George Wall on the fours. So that'd be fun to see them match up with each other. But that kind of rounds off round one of notable people.
Well, Shelby Bates. I'm actually really looking forward to seeing Shelby play. She's been in our DMs, Colin.
Has she?
Yes,
yeah,
I have
girl.
been communicating with her. I'm really looking forward to seeing her come over. And we've also got Michelle Esqual, I think it's pronounced, the last name. She does a bit of commentary on the side, actually. So it's going to be really interesting to have some thoughts of hers come through the speakers when we actually get onto the broadcast side as well. But what about our whipping boy team of last year, Andy's Vipers? You know, we loved following the Vipers, and brand new team, and we're hoping for much bigger and better things for Andy.
We love Andy, and I think he's got a strong team now. He's a great coach. He's a good motivator. I've seen it live at the Brisbane, so it's nice to see. He's got a couple new faces with Shelby Bates and a Ryan Henry. It sounds like Ryan Henry lives near Andy, so they can train a little bit together potentially. No, okay.
Lives in Sydney.
Oh, righto. Well, they Zoom call and train.
Andy's still on that island.
Oh, yeah.
Commuting via boat.
I thought it was by kayak. But Shelby Bates, she actually is a Floridian as well. So we got Kyle Yates and Shelby Bates and Colin Kugler, Floridians, staying together.
Damn. Who knew? Who knew how you were going to weasel your way into there, but you just did.
Coach K, they call me. Any other notable mentions here? I guess Nelson Chang, I feel like that was a great steal there by the Aces in the last round. He was a strong performer for the Crocs last year. And then obviously the Hoff. He is back.
Yeah, he's back.
I thought we might have lost him.
Yeah, thank God. You know, gotta say, Mike Newell was, doing a lot of hard groundwork on behalf of Pickleball Australia, just the Australian community. He really wanted to let Wesley Gabrielson know that we need him for season 2. Obviously, he was with the Aces for season 1. You know, the Aces didn't have a fabulous season, but always saw a smile on Wes's face. He loved being a part of MLP Australia, and Mike was definitely championing the fact that, hey, Wes, come back for season 2, and it's really good to see that he got picked as part of the Mavericks. Aaron Blitz has picked him up. Aaron Blitz has assembled a fantastic team, by the way.
Yeah, with Ruse. Yeah, absolutely. She's just won, I think, in Spain in that tournament.
Yes, yeah, she's been over. She's been traveling around the world.
Worldwide.
Yeah,
Rose.
big time.
And
so we're going to get into all the teams, but the way we're going to get into the teams to sort of abbreviate, because we've learned a bit from our first ever draft, haven't we, Colin? We're trying to abbreviate this podcast and make it nice and insightful and entertaining. We're going to kick it off with talking about the round 1 matchups. We've got the Gold Coast Glory versus the Eastern Rush. Now, there's a few storylines in this one, Colin. Obviously, for the Gold Coast Glory, we've got the captain, Sarah Burr, returning. We've got Vishal Masand. We've got Raman Estareja returning to the Gold Coast Glory. What an amazing pick and strategy that was from Sarah. And then we got Sarah Jane Lim, who's complementing that foursome there. Then on the Rush, Captain Katie Hart has chosen Aman Bhatia, Jasmine Almagia, and Oliver Gray. Now, the storylines here. Well, Barry Oliver. Happy birthday, Ollie, by the way.
Yeah, baby. Can't believe it.
Now, the storylines here is, well, we got Vish, last season suited up in Rush colours, is now opposing the Eastern Rush colours and will be performing his skill set for the Gold Coast Glory. What a change of events that is turned out to be, Colin.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a bittersweet. There might be some tears during those matches against each other. I miss you. No, I miss you more. But then it'll get straight into body bags, I feel like. They're going to let that energy out.
Now, we can let people in on this, I think. He's messaged us that he's found out that's his strength. He's just going at people's bodies. Because he hits the ball so bloody full and flat. You almost don't see it coming. And by the time you do, well, it's already stung you. So goodbye. Good
Yeah, my feedback is just disguise it a little bit more. I feel like I've played him so many times that I know it's coming. My blood vessels inside my body start tingling because I know it's coming. So I just quickly dodge. But if he could start working a little bit on that. Other than that, I mean, he is picked in the first round for a reason. He's our brown daddy. He's our favorite player, and that's why we are now Glory fanatics.
We're following the Glory in season 2. But that will be an interesting sort of little matchup, little side story. The other interesting side story here is we've got a lovers tiff. Oh. There's going to be a lovers tiff.
On the court.
A little domestic
on the court.
We've got Roman Estereja. He will be facing his lovely girlfriend in Jazz, who's going to be playing for the Rush.
Wow. I wonder what that dynamic's going to be like.
Now, it'd be really interesting to see if we all get the matchup that we actually want, you know, a mixed doubles game, Roman on one side, Jazz on the other. Are we going to get it, Colin? We can only hope.
And if we get it, does he start targeting her? And then when the game's done, is there a bit of a bluey afterwards?
How personal is that game going to actually get?
Jeez.
Are they going to have to get separate hotel rooms? Is that going to be a pre-tournament thing? Is that going to be that night? Like, how's that going to go down? Because they both know each other's strength and they both know each other's weaknesses. And you know what? They are the type of couple that you'd want to be off the court. All the interactions I've seen between them they are loving, they're endearing, they're supportive, they party hard. But are we going to get a different story on the court? Is it going to be ruthless? This could be. Hopefully, there's no breakups on the court. Jeez, we'd hate that.
That's a long plane ride home without talking.
Big time
together. Well, that's one storyline matchup. Another one that I wanted to point out in round 1 is the Fours versus the Vipers. Fours, you got George Wall, aka Harry Potter, aka when he has that mustache, he looks like RoboCop. Then you have Ting Ching Wei, which I have not personally seen her play yet, but based on the jacket in her photo, it looks like she's played college tennis somewhere, maybe Texas or Texas Tech. Then we have Lucas Pascal, our up-and-coming rising star here in Australia that we all love. And then Liz True Luck, which I don't know much about her. If you do, feel free to pipe in, but we look forward to seeing that team. But they're playing a tough team with the Vipers. We got Andy Horridge, Emily Schmidt, Shelby Bates, and Ryan Henry. So I think that is going to be just a great matchup. I think those two teams have done well with their drafting. They both have strong women's players on their teams. So those doubles and mixed doubles will be fun to watch. And we can only dream for a dream breaker.
Now, if I could just be a small pain in the ass, Colin, it's Amelia Schmidt, not Emily Schmidt. There is an A at the end.
Sorry, Amelia.
You miss A's, you know, the Yola.
I also
go with the YOLO sometimes. So we apologise, Amelia. But there's a bit of there's a high school story in that Vipers team.
Oh, Colin. Yeah? Tell me, like yearbook photo?
I would love to say it was a high school romance, but I don't think there was any romance whatsoever. I think one party asked the other party out, and the asked party out said no. But we've got Andy Cannon teaming up with his high school classmate in Amelia Schmidt. Did you know that they went to high school together?
I didn't, but I'm going to have to correct you here, just like you corrected me. It's not Andy Cannon, who we play AFL with. It's Andy Horridge. Remember that little island of Perth? Oh, I know. I get lost sometimes as well when we're talking about people so far away.
Andy Cannon's getting a shout. He does play pickleball, though.
He does, and he just moved to Currumbin.
Okay.
He might be my partner moving forward.
God. I can't believe Andy Cannon from Bond University Bull Sharks AFL team just got a shout out on the podcast, but he did.
I'm glad I got to call you out just after
Straight
you called
back,
me
eh?
out. Yeah, this is great.
I had you 15 love, now it's 15 all. Damn it.
But no, I didn't know that about those two, that they went to the same high school.
Yeah.
So she's from Perth as well, or was that?
I'm not sure
Okay.
if she is. However, Andy's responsible for introducing her to the game of pickleball.
Wow.
Yeah.
And now she's a force in
Yeah.
there. Yeah. Well,
So I think that's that's a really nice storyline that they've found each other on the same team and they're going to be partnering up. And I wonder if that'll be the mixed doubles pairing between those two. Colin, we'll have to wait and see on that one.
yeah, that's the big thing about this Gold Coast tournament. I can't wait to see who the captains decide are going to pair with. It's a big decision, especially like that last one, determining if you want Roman playing against Jazz or not. But yeah, I think this first tournament in the Gold Coast will decide a lot of things for these teams.
It certainly will. Now, if we can go to another one of our matchups, we've got the New Zealand Hustle versus the Southeast Asia Surge. So the Hustle, captained again by Matt Carter, they're going to be holding the number one pick, our very own Danielle Townsend, as well as Michelle Esquivel and newcomer Robert Sterling. Now, Robert Sterling is a really interesting pick. He's performed really, really well in the NPL. He's a Brisbane local, a Redcliffe local, you could say. So he gets his opportunities, a first-time player at this level. Michelle Esquivel, well, she's big over in the States.
Is she? Okay.
Yes. She's competed in this format before over in the US, so she's going to bring a lot to offer in terms of tactical nous, tactical play. Danielle Townsend, what a number one pick. I was surprised, but I wasn't surprised, I guess, when you have a male captain who's got the first pick, he's going to go after the absolute best female. She's certainly worthy of being number one pick, that is for sure. And she very much plays like a hybrid between a male game and a female game. So I think he's absolutely got one of the best weapons at his disposal there, Matt Carter. So it's going to be
She
very
brings that
exciting.
energy for sure.
Huge energy. And then on the Surge side, we've got Captain Pay again. She's been playing so many tournaments, mate. I think she's travelled Europe as well. She's been over in London, performing in the English Open, doing really well there.
Rock star.
You got Yushay Hesh, you got Marcel Chan, and then you've got Leander Lazaro. Now, we did see Leander at times in a couple of the tournaments. We saw him over in Brisbane, of course, competing there in the PPA, and he actually stood in for the team as a late substitute. So he knows his way around the MLP format. But we've got first-timer Marcel Chan, who's coming over to
Does
Australia.
he remind you of somebody?
He reminds you of somebody.
Surely, everyone, if you can look at Marcel Chan's photo, and if you've ever seen the movie Happy Gilmore had a caddy, and this guy looks just like the caddy. And I hope he brings that lovely blonde hair down under.
I love that scene where he picks up the clubs and then Happy Gilmore says, "Where are you going with those clubs, punk?" And he throws him down the hill.
Classic. You know they're doing a Happy Gilmore too.
No way, are they?
Netflix is bringing it out, yeah.
I'm hoping with Adam Sandler as
Yes,
Happy.
correct. Yeah.
Chubbs is dead, though.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to bring him back. But that's enough.
Did he die? No, he didn't die in the show, did he?
Lost his arm to a gator.
Yeah.
No, he did die in the
Did he?
show. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Oh, that's right, he did.
Yeah.
Oh,
At
wow.
a funeral.
Okay. Well, what if Chubbs had a kid?
Oh.
Chubbs maybe have had a kid, and that's who's going to come back.
Now, I will say, Yui Che, I coached her.
Yushay.
Sorry, Yushay.
You eat no che.
Yeah. I got to coach her up in Brisbane when I was helping out with Jai's team, the Stars, and she's awesome. She's a great player. She doesn't get enough credit. She's just really good at resetting the ball, and she plays to her abilities. I remember when I was coaching, and I thought when I signed up for coaching that I was just going to be a cheer squad leader. But she come up to me, so what should I do, coach? And I'm like, oh, geez, I didn't expect that.
You got the shirt.
Yeah, so
Time to coach.
Yeah, exactly. So I gave her a little bit of feedback. One of it was, start targeting down the line on the backhand of the opponent across from her. And she did it a couple times and got a couple points, and she looked at me and gave me a couple fist pumps. So I kind of got my street cred of being a coach up. I felt good. After that, I was on a hot streak. So she should be fun. It's great to have her back in the mix. We still got 3 more games left, which I think is going to be can't miss games with Aces versus Crocs. Now, Aces, obviously, brand new team, brand new players. You still have the same captain with Venice, and then she's picked your priest. Holy fuck. And then we also have Jamie Haas and Nelson Chan. And I think last time I see Nelson Chan, he kind of went viral on some video on Instagram where, what did he do? He tried to block ATP and did a great job doing so?
Yeah, he basically preempted and was in the Ernie position and just was a buffering little wall.
Man, yeah. So that's great that he's getting a little bit of global exposure. But I would say Puck and Jamie, those are new faces to me. So I look forward to seeing them perform. And then obviously they're playing the number 1 team of last year with Summer and the Crocs. Now she on round 1 picked Harsh Mette. I hear he is a very talented player from India. Then we have Andy is the female that she selected, followed by Kyle Watnell. Kyle was with New Zealand last year, so it's good to see him back. I mean, surely he was a bit nervy with being the last draft pick of season 2, but he well deserves that position. And I think it was just good strategy by Summer with the way she picked her team. But that will be a fun matchup to watch and spectate for.
And side note, Harsh Mehta is the older brother of Nami from the Eastern Rush, who played majority of her games with Vish in the mixed doubles. So brother and sister. I recall that when we had Katie on the podcast,
she mentioned that.
She mentioned him, didn't she? She was thinking about picking him. Ultimately, he didn't get picked at all. But I have since seen him play with Aman just over the weekend, actually, and yeah, we're in for a surprise packet with him. He's got a certain style. But he's very effective and very offensive. He loves to attack.
Ready to speed up when he can.
Mate, we're in for a treat there. So I'm really looking forward to that team. Next up, we're going to have the Stars versus the Smash. So captain again for the Stars is our good friend, Jay Grewal. He has selected Michaela Haidt. And she performed so well for the Fours last year. I felt like she was growing every tournament. And given her proximity in Sydney, her ability to train with only a very small, limited amount of players, she is going to be a big improver this year. And I'm looking forward to seeing her play so very much. Next up, we've got Jo Yu Ko and fan favourite, Slam Jam favourite, Daniel Moore.
Our boy.
Yes, Daniel Moore.
He's been to a Slam Jam.
He's been to a Slam Jam. He's participated in a Slam Jam. He's partnered with a Slam Jammer in Ty. Mm-hmm. Ty is a bit sheepish knowing his impending arrival is coming. They had a, shall we say, inglorious performance of 4th in Slam Jam. Ty was certainly very nervous going into the event, having to partner with Daniel, who he was paired up with courtesy of Mikey. He has some wounds from that. He felt like he underperformed and disappointed Daniel Moore. So
PSD, yeah.
Something for all of us to enjoy and watch is the first interaction when Daniel sees Ty at the Gold Coast event.
Is it a handshake? Is it a hug? Is it a cold shoulder?
Is it a run to your car and cry? Who knows?
Who knows? I know they had a lot of fun playing together, but as Ty once told the number 1 draft pick, Danny, when she first started playing pickleball, stay in your box. I'm pretty sure that's the feedback Daniel gave Ty. It might have been just stay in that corner over there while I do everything, please.
And on the other side of the net, we're going to have the smash, captained once again by Mitch Hargraves. Mate, this is a formidable looking team. It really
Solid.
is. Especially on the men's doubles pairing. Joey Wild. Joey Wild goes from the sea moss green of the Eastern Rush over to the bright pink of the Sydney Smash. He's going to be partnering up with Selena Terillija. Not got that name correct, but had a go.
But you sounded confident, and that's all that matters.
But I will get this one correct. It's Jiayi Wang Bekval.
The Hawaiian pickleball slayer.
One of your favorites, Colin. That is a solid team. Like, especially
sure.
I can't wait to see Mitch and Joey teaming up. Like, are they going to lose a game? Like, they are just as formidable as, say, Vish and Rahman, Lucas and George. Pairing up is going to be a formidable one too.
Jai and Daniel Moore, like they were going to have some great doubles matches here.
It's going to be insane. So that match is going to be a very hot one to kick us off in round one of the draw for the Gold Coast. And then the last match, Colin, if you take us through that one, please.
You know it. We got the Mavericks. So it's good to see Aaron Blitz. I think he's done an amazing job with his draft picks. Personally, Rose, she was selected number 2, but I might have selected her number 1 after her performance in season 1, and especially with her traveling all over the world, winning these tournaments, specifically the Spain one, and I think one in the Netherlands. Then Aaron has selected Wes, the Hoff.
The Hoff, he's back.
Yes, that man is unbelievable.
Maybe we'll see the jacket.
Maybe he'll bring the jacket down.
Jacket doesn't travel, he says.
Yeah, I just don't think. I think it's just like collecting dust in his closet. He should definitely bring it down. And then we have Talia, who's back from season 1. So that is going to be a strong team there. I look forward to seeing Wes and Aaron team up, and so is Rose and Talia. And then they're playing the Breakers. We got the standout queen Luda as the captain, and she's picked Kyle Yates, my boy from UF, University of Florida. Go Gators. I've had some big fraternity nights over in that beautiful campus, so I look forward to having a beer and talking about the good old times when Tim Tebow was the quarterback and we were winning championships. Then she's also selected Nicola, who I've never seen her play, so I look forward to seeing her skill set. And then Alex Fairbanks, what a steal in the 3rd round.
Can't drive in his hometown.
He can't drive?
No, he can't drive.
Well, he doesn't have a license.
He's legally blind, I think.
Oh, is that why his Facebook photo looks
like a different person?
Oh my God, he looks like a model shoot. I feel like he's on Boats and Hose.
That's right.
If you haven't looked at Alex Fairbanks' profile photo, give it a look. Tell me what you feel like. I feel like he's at some music video on a Boats and Hose, and he's just having a...
Is it on his Facebook, Colin, did you say?
It's on his
Instagram?
Facebook.
Okay,
it's on his
cool.
Facebook. But anyways, that matchup, the Mavericks and Breakers, that's another great one. Good storylines. I look forward to seeing these new faces perform, because that will give us an understanding of who we think is going to be the best team leading on into the final 2 tournaments.
Mate, just on the Breakers, Nicola Schumann.
You know about her?
Yeah. So she's only, I believe, 19.
Oh, wow.
She played last season in the NPL. I actually saw her play only 3 or 4 weeks ago now, and she was playing in the NPL format again. And, mate, she was spectacular. For someone her age to perform so well in a tournament setting, I believe she's got a tennis background. We'll have to sort of get some more information on her as time goes on. But I was thoroughly impressed with the way that she performed in that tournament setting. And ultimately, she had some amazing performances. She won mixed doubles. She won singles. And I think she won gender doubles as well. She had the Triple Crown, actually. So, yeah, for someone so young to perform that well, she's going to have to kick up another level coming into this format in MLP. But to ride shotgun with Ludovica as captain and have Kyle Yates a part of her team, man, her development's just going to go through the roof. So I'm really, really looking forward to seeing how she performs. So, Colin, that takes us through round 1, and we could talk about round 2, but let's talk about who do you think is going to be one of the 2 teams that plays off in the final of the first event on the Gold Coast?
Man, it's tough. I mean, we've never seen any of these players play with each other. We don't know the chemistry that they've built, but there is one team that I know that has strong chemistry right from the start, and that's the Smash. You got Mitch and Joey. These boys, I don't see them losing. They've played with each other in multiple tournaments. They've performed well with each other. I think they're a great matchup. I think that's an easy 1 point no matter who they play against. And then Selena, I hear good things about her performance overseas. And then we got my Hawaiian Slayer back. I think they will make it to the finals in the first tournament of season 2, and I look forward to it.
I think you could be right there. Well, I think on the other side of the net, the other team to also make that final will be the Gold Coast Glory.
Oh, holy glory!
Playing on their home deck. I think Sarah's picked really, really well. Blockbuster male pairing when you think about it. We're going to have Vish and Roman versus Mitch and Joey. That is going to be an insane match.
Body bags will be had.
Oh, that's going to go to the death. That'll be, that could be the longest game in MLP Australia history, mate. We could have a 30-28 scoreline. Who knows? But that'll be a huge one. And then on the female side, I think we're going to see a great match there too. But then I can't wait. I'm intrigued to see what the mixed double pairings are going to be, specifically for the Gold Coast Glory. Who does Sarah partner with? Is it Vish or is it Roman? Vish is a lefty just like Sarah, so you don't see that combination very often. But then Roman has had such great experience with Sarah, so does she go that way? That's going to be an intriguing one. So, that's my prediction. That's your prediction. What a final that would be if it comes to fruition.
Yeah, I mean, as everyone knows, no one's seen these players play, so we're just pulling things out. But based on the talent level that we've seen these players perform, I think that is going to be a great showing.
And MVP-wise, who do you see being MVP? Now, I don't want to, you to tread in the wrong foot here. The MVP could only be from a player who's playing in that final, surely. So don't go pick a random player. I was
going to pick a random player.
That's where I thought you were going to. I felt like you were going to go safety net and go like Rose, because she's picked up a couple of MVPs, which I get it. But like if her team doesn't go deep, how's she going to be MVP, mate?
That's a fair statement. All right. Well, if that is the case, I'm going to give it to my boy Joey Wild. I think...
wild thing.
Especially with that mustache. After watching him live up in Redcliffe, Brisbane earlier in the year, he's just come a long way. Him and his many hats. We love it when he's wearing a bucket hat. But yeah, he is my prediction for the MVP of the Gold Coast tournament.
All right, well, I'll go someone on the other side of the net. I would really love to see it. Home deck, home tournament, the captain, Sarah Burr. I think she's going to be putting blood and sweat into making sure that her team not only makes it to the final, but wins the bloody thing.
The Aussie Hoff.
The Aussie Hoff. So I'm anointing Sarah Burr as my pick for potential MVP of Tournament 1 on the Gold Coast for Season 2.
And you think if she wins MVP, we might get a bit of a bonus for that selection and for having her on?
I just realised that in turn of saying that she would be it's kind of going to follow the trend of once you're on the podcast, you get MVP.
So surely that's a no-brainer that she is going to win.
So I guess, we'll just have to wait and see, really. Which team is going to be hot in the kitchen?
It's getting hot in here.
Now, this team, who knows? They could be, not win a game. They might go 0-4 in a match. We're looking for the team that's going to be, unfortunately, underperforming. They're going to be hot in the kitchen. They're under pressure. Who might that team be if you had to scour your eyes over the matchups from round 1 and round 2?
I think for me, this is an easy one. I think when you are the champions from season 1, then you have a big bullseye on your back to follow it up. So I think Summer and the Crocs, they're going to be hot in the kitchen this year to keep that pedigree of winning going. And obviously it's a new mix-up of players for her. She had the last pick in the draft. So obviously the talent in round 1 was a lot different than she had the previous year. But it was a snake draft, so she got another great selection. But I think they are going to be hot in the kitchen.
All right. Well, I think it's going to be one of our friends, the Southern Stars. I think they're going to be hot in the kitchen, Colin.
Really?
I think they've got some really tough matchups. First up, they're obviously going to be against the Smash, who we expect to get through to the final. And then in round 2, they're going to be playing against George Wall's Fast Fours. That's going to be another really, really tough matchup, especially on the men's side. I do believe that Jay and Daniel Moore can compete really highly against George Wall and Lucas Pascoe, but that game is going to be crucial to see how they go against the Fast Fours. If they can win that one, well, they can take the Fast Fours out, and maybe we're not talking about them. But I do think it's going to be very, very tough to get 2 wins out of round 1 and 2 for the Southern Stars, so they may very well be hot in the kitchen. Now, Colin, I think we've got some breaking news.
Breaking, boom, boom.
Now, at the Gold Coast tournament, there are a number of off-court duties, off-court roles, and potentially by virtue of this little podcast that we started at the start of the year, potentially good looks, potentially personality, potentially a bit of nepotism. We have a great relationship with the commish.
The commish. Who was on the pod?
But I am thrilled and proud to announce that our friend, Colin Cougar, a.k.a. Coach K, a.k.a. Cocoa Butters.
Thank you.
Will be the in-person at the tournament announcer MC of the Gold Coast event. Congratulations, Colin.
Yeah. This is a dream come true. I can't wait to get the crowd hyped up, just like we used to do with the Slam Jams. Looking forward to it, and very fortunate for this opportunity. I am going to need to work on my pronunciations of these players' names, because it sounds like I'm doing the call-outs. So I look forward to meeting all the players, having a bit of fun with it. But this is just a great role for me to fit in, and it's in the Gold Coast, so it's just an easy little extra weekend fun with all my friends and the pickleball community. So I'm very fortunate, and I can't thank the commish enough.
So give us a little, I guess, what's the role entail actually?
So DJ/MC Cocoa Butters' role at the tournament will be doing some athlete intros as they come onto the courts to get some crowd involvement. I think I'll throw a bit of fun music on as well. I think I'll get some waves in the crowds going. I think all in all, it's just have fun. Make sure I tread my words and profanity lightly, and get everyone hyped up just to be at that tournament. I think that's what it's all about.
I can't wait to hear the pronunciation of some of these names. I think I'll have to learn a thing or two off you.
I think I'm going to ask a lot of these players what their nicknames are, because there's no way I'm going to be able to pronounce some of them. And if they don't have a nickname, I'm going to create one on the spot.
I think you can do that, and I think you'll do a really good job at that.
Now, I'm not the only one that has an opportunity to be involved with this Gold Coast tournament. Our good friend, our El Capitán, Mr. Holly from the Gold Coast Mortgage Broker, he is going to be doing a little bit of the play-by-play in-game press box. Well, I don't even know what you call it. Just talking about the games and the performances of players. Can you break it down what your job role is?
In one word, Colin, it's called commentary.
Okay, well, that's fair enough. That sounds like
less is more.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. So what are you going to be doing?
Oh, mate, I am very thrilled to say that somehow I bamboozled my way. I used my vocabulary that I was very fortunate to have gotten as a wee little one, paying some attention at school. Thanks to my mum for making me spell all my words from my quota on the way to school. I was able to string sentences together, and I'm going to be a part of the commentary team, joining in with Dylan Kimlin and Gordon Watson. Sensational. And doing a lot more commentary for the Gold Coast tournament and hopefully a few more tournaments after that. So, it's going to be a really good role. Fortunately or unfortunately, listeners, you're going to hear a different Adam, a more slick professional Adam, a sort of a buttoned-up version of Adam, because I take that role quite seriously. This podcast is so much fun to do, and I get to say things like "holy fuck," but you're probably not going to hear "holy fuck" through the YouTube broadcast at the PPA or MLP event. But it's going to be awesome to actually get a courtside insight to these players. It's going to offer us both in our roles, Colin, I think, a lot more to talk about in regards to the personalities of these players, the performance of the players. Only question is, what's Ty's involvement?
I think he's going to have to just phone in from Bali.
Yeah.
He's not coming over for it.
You know what?
Maybe we'll get him a free T-shirt.
Ty couldn't be happier for us. We did have a phone call when we found out these roles, and he sort of started saying he feels like the fourth member of the Beatles. The one that people don't really know. And I thought, oh, mate, that's a really old demographic. You're going after the Beatles. I don't think a lot of people know the Beatles. So I said, oh, mate, you're more like the third chick out of Destiny's Child. You got Beyonce, you got Kelly Rowland, and what's the other chick's name?
She was chasing waterfalls. I don't know.
So that's Ty. He's the third chick in Destiny's Child. But Ty, unfortunately, he's going to be over in Bali for the Gold Coast tournament, but he will be back at the end of September. So we're very much looking forward to him coming back. It's going to be a real baptism of fire when we start playing pickleball with him, because he sounds like he's firmly engrossed in paddle over there, isn't he?
Yeah, he's changed it up on us. Now he's a paddle pro, and I don't think he's been playing a bit of pickleball, so I look forward to taking advantage of that.
Can I just say about paddle, I've shared this with a fair few people, like, if you thought in the pickleball community we had overinflated duper ratings, wait till you go and experience the paddle community, especially in Bali. God damn it. Like, some of them, the way that they think they're above average is incredible. Some of the best parts of playing paddle over there were some of the apps you can use to do rec games.
Yep.
And you've got your cool profile. You can start a game at this time, at this court, looking for 2 more players. And, you could sign up and you get the opportunity to accept or reject, based on whatever their profile is. So a lot of that's to do with the rating. Well, Ty and I, when we went over there, we gave ourselves just an average, middle-of-the-row ranking, because we know what it's like. When you go and play a game against someone that says their rating is this or their duper is that, and then after the first point's played, you're like, you're not that, mate, and this is the most excruciating hour of my life coming up.
Community service hour.
It pisses you off more than anything, right? So we sort of started in the middle of the row, and what we found is every time we played someone that was around us or even above us, they were so far below us, and it was really, really frustrating. But Ty's over there. He's dominating the silver scene. He's just got promoted to gold, he tells us.
Wow. And platinum's next, I hear.
Yeah, platinum's after that. He may never get to platinum.
Okay.
But I want to hear some more stories about when he starts to rise up to gold, because I do think that there's ultimately going to be some lessons to be made, and he's going to have to finish at the bottom.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see it on socials. I only see when he's winning, when he puts it on socials.
Well, that I have to put my hand up. I only post when I win too. It's the only way to go.
That's fair enough. live your dream through your socials.
All right, so August the 30th, it all starts here on the Gold Coast. We're looking forward to getting there, being there. You're going to be hearing us as well as seeing us this time, Colin. We can't wait for that tournament to start. We're going to be recapping the tournament once it's all said and done. We'll have Ty along for that episode. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll be hearing a little more from each other very soon. Bye.
Bye now. Pickle on.